Hello, this is Mike Childs with Myrtle Beach Homes and Lifestyles and Childs Real Estate in beautiful Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And I'd like to welcome you to the third episode of Real Estate Reality. Today's topic is, are your tenants cashing in on your property? Before we get started, please be sure to hit the subscribe button, like this video, and leave us a comment. Let us know what you think and what other topics you might be interested in hearing about. Are your tenants cashing in on your property? Well, all across the country, tenants are cashing in on their landlord's property without their knowledge. Are yours? They very well could be. With the advent of websites like AirBNB, VRBO, HomeAway, and many others, tenants are finding it very easy to rent out rooms and even entire apartments without their landlords knowing about it. There are even a few brazen tenants who will rent out a tent or a camper in the backyard, and some of them will even stay in the tent or camper and rent out the entire house or apartment. These websites allow people to rent rooms, apartments, and homes without getting a license or paying taxes. They make it very easy to book short-term rentals. Conversely, many tenants are being pushed out by the landlords so the owners can cash in on the booming short-stay housing market. Why rent an apartment for $1,200 a month when you can rent it for $125 a night or $700 a week? Some landlords have converted entire buildings into short-stay hotels. Rentals in markets with housing shortages that are near professional sporting venues, near colleges, or other areas that are highly traveled are in high demand, and these properties could produce a premium rental rate for you or your tenants. But be aware, some local governments like the City of Myrtle Beach and Horry County actually monitor these websites for compliance with local laws. And guess who they're going after? Not the tenant. They're coming after the owner. They're coming after you. If you have a tenant who is renting out rooms or an apartment on AirBNB and the city finds out, they will hold you responsible for the taxes, the business licenses, and there could be some substantial penalties as well. So here's a couple of examples. There was a landlord in Queens, New York, who had a 3-bedroom apartment that he rented for $2,500 a month. His tenant converted that apartment into 10 small bedrooms and rented each bedroom out for $35 a night or $350 a day. He was cashing in on his landlord's apartment. Chirs Dannen rented rooms in his Brooklyn apartment for over a year before his landlord caught on. He made a gross profit of over $20,000 before he was finally served with a restraining order. His landlord, realizing the profit potential, converted Chris's apartment into an Airbnb rental and also converted his property management office into a suite of Airbnb bedrooms that rented for $169 a night. So what can you do to protect yourself or to cash in? To find out if your property is being rented on the sly, visit these short stay rental websites and search for your address. You can also set up a Google alert that will email you whenever your property's address pops up on the internet. You can also check these sites to see if short stay rentals are popular in your area and to see what kind of income they could potentially generate for you. If you have rental properties, you can protect yourself by adding some clauses to your lease agreements. You want to make sure your tenants cannot have any guests or roommates without your written permission. You want to ensure that tenants can have no business activity or commercial activity in your rental unit. And make it very clear that tenants cannot violate any housing laws. Landlords and property managers should discuss restrictions against sub-rentals with their tenants. You should get your tenants to sign a no sub-rental lease addendum. Now, if you are a tenant and you want to subsidize your income and maybe offset your rental expenses, be sure you discuss that with your landlord first. If you think you have a desirable rental property, offer your landlord a cut in exchange for being the on-site property manager. Having someone there to keep an eye on things is really a big deal. People have thrown wild parties and used short stay rentals for other nefarious purposes. There's another trend in the short stay housing market that's recently developed, and that's called the I-renters. You might have heard of the I-buyers. These are institutional investors who will make cash offers on properties, but the I-renters do something similar. They look for landlords that have desirable properties, and they lease the properties, guarantee the monthly rent. They in turn sublease those apartments on the short stay housing market. If you want a kind of a hands-off, hassle-free way of getting into the short stay rental business, an I-renter might be the way to go for you. One thing's for sure, the short stay rental market is booming, it's big business, and it's here to stay.